Play. First delivery of the Sri Lankan innings. What's happened to Roshan Mahanama? So Mahanama, an average of 35.6, top score of 153 against New Zealand. The first run of the Sri Lankan innings. Mahanama off the mark. Samaraweera, 14.4, top score 42 against India. Will call to the side for the second test. No stroke offered, right from the pad. Samaraweera attempting to leave that outside the off stump. Wasim Akram not happy with the decision.
That's a replay. Ball pitching slightly outside off stump, coming back on Samaraweera on this freshy wicket. That's the replay once again. Samaraweera not offering a stroke. Very lucky.
Good delivery by Waqar Younis. Beaten outside the off stump.
Fine delivery by Waqar Younis. Ball pitching slightly outside off stump, leaving Mahanama. Mahanama very, very lucky.
Another good delivery from Wasim Akram. Ball running down towards third man. And Samaraweera is off the mark with a couple. The crowd building up in their numbers at Asgiria. Another fine delivery by Waqar Younis.
That time Waqar Younis making the ball come back to Mahanama, coming into him from outside off stump.
Wide down the leg side. Rashid Latif can't get to that. So 4 wides. And Wasim Akram indicating to Rashid Latif he should have cut that off. Good delivery to Samaraweera down the leg side.
Waqar Akram once again bowling down the leg side, getting the ball to move very sharply. Samaraweera not making any contact.
Another good delivery to Mahanama. Waqar forcing Mahanama on the front foot.
The pitch showing pace, Mahanama being hurried, Mahanama taking his bat off, but very lucky to survive.
The one leaves him outside the off stump.
Ball from Akram, pitching on off stump, leaving Samaraweera from the other angle. Once again, Samaraweera going forward to it. Very lucky not to get a touch outside off stump.
Ian Robinson from Zimbabwe, standing in this second test. Wasim Akram forcing Samaraweera on the front foot. Appeal for the catch. Umpire Robinson says no.
Samaraweera going forward, getting wrapped on the pad roll, and there was no doubt that there was no bat around, hitting the pad clearly.
Samaraweera pushing out on the offside and going back for the second. So overcast conditions at the Asgiria International Cricket Stadium. And that one beat Mahanama. He's walking back to the pavilion. Rashid Latif does the rest behind. And Waqar Younis breaks through. Sri Lanka 12 for 1. So in for 43 minutes.
Waqar Younis getting Mahanama to play outside the off stump. Mahanama turning his bat around, paying the penalty. Mahanama, once again, turning his bat around. That time, the one-day cricket, the circuit of one-day cricket, no doubt.
For Sri Lanka in Test cricket. And greeted immediately with a short delivery from Waka Yunis.
That's the type of stuff we've seen right throughout this first session of play. Short stuff. Ranatunga in a very uncomfortable position.
And Ranatunga flicks this round back for a square. Running down towards the boundary. Picked up about a meter inside. Picks up a couple for that. And this beat played by Samaravira again back for the square. That's been going back for the second. And Sri Lanka 20 for 1. And Samaravira playing forward, out caught behind, and Wasim Akram strikes this time. Sri Lanka 20 for 2.
Once again, Sri Lanka losing Samaravira also to quite an unnecessary shot, holding out outside the off stump. There you are, that's Akram. Outside off stump, Samaravira quite unnecessarily holding his bat out and providing Latif with a very easy chance.
So Rashid Latif takes his second catch of the innings. Aravinda De Silva, the new man in. One of the most experienced of the Sri Lankan players. Average of 38 over. Yunis. And Sanjeev Ranatunga is gone, caught behind again by Rashid Latif. And Sri Lanka are 22 for 3.
Waka Yunis moving the ball, pitching that ball up to Sanjeev Ranatunga. Sanjeev Ranatunga playing a walking shot. There you see Waka Yunis pitching the ball up to Sanjeev. Sanjeev playing across, moving with the shot. Ball taking the outside edge.
Top score 135 not out against Pakistan. And that's a short one, and Ranatunga trying to duck under that, takes it on the thigh pad, goes through for the single, and that's one leg by.
Ranatunga trying to get out of the way, getting hit on the side of the body.
This one played away on to mid-on. And Aravinda De Silva coming back for the second. So overcast conditions. Play underway. It's getting played away on the onside to the vacant mid-on region. That's coming back to the look for the third. The ball is slowing down. So 3-2 Aravinda De Silva. Takes him on to 7. And autograph hunters. Short one, and Arjuna gets a snorter up in the air, and he's gone. Ranatunga caught by Saidanba. The easiest of easy catches.
A very nasty one for Ranatunga. Ranatunga very unlucky that time. Waka Yunis getting the ball to rear upon him. The ball short, rearing upon Ranatunga, giving Ranatunga very little chance, providing the first slip with a very easy catch. Ranatunga again can't get his glove out of the way. And an unfortunate dismissal for Sri Lanka. It's a short one. Ranatunga virtually off the ground, coming at his face, and he's gone for no score.
So covers coming out with the rain coming down, hold up in play. And the players back to the pavilion and the spectators too have come prepared for rain. We had a 90-minute stoppage for rain, and the new batsman in Hashan Tilakaratne. Top score of 93 against New Zealand. Unfortunate not to have made a century for Sri Lanka in Test cricket. Aravinda De Silva has the strike. Grab from the pads. There's the big appeal from Wasim Akram.
A lot of movement for Wasim Akram. That time pitching outside leg stump, coming on to Aravinda De Silva's thigh, but certainly going over the stumps.
Grabs in the pad again. Big appeal given out by umpire Robinson. And Aravinda De Silva is gone. And Sri Lanka now 28 for 5.
A very big blow for Sri Lanka, the dismissal of Aravinda De Silva, who had negotiated the seam and swing of Waka and Yunus all this while. There you are, pitching on middle stump. Aravinda De Silva shuffling across, ball hitting right in front on the front foot, and Aravinda De Silva's foot not really far forward.
Yuan Kalpage, the new batsman. Kalpage drives nicely on the offside, running out to the extra cover boundary. And that's 4 runs. (33 for 5). Edged is dropped, and the ball running down to the third man boundary. That's 4.
Sri Lanka having a very narrow escape. Hashan Tilakaratne lucky to get away. Ball taking the outside edge, flying to the left of third slip, and ball running down to the boundary for 4.
So Amir Sohail on the ground certainly had some difficulty trying for that catch of the last delivery. And Basitari certainly keeping the autograph hunters happy on the line. Short one, and Tilakaratne off the back foot forces down to backward point for his second boundary, takes him on to 9, and Sri Lanka 43 for 5.
A fine shot there by Tilakaratne, realizing that there's no fielder outside there on the offside, taking his chances, ball speeding to the boundary. A very well-timed shot. Getting across, hitting it the meat of the bat.
And Tilakaratne is gone. Clean ball by Waka Yunus. A superb delivery, and Sri Lanka now 43 for 6.
Tilakaratne's dismissal certainly has put Sri Lanka in a crisis. That Waka Yunus delivery, pitching outside off stump, Tilakaratne playing a sort of a half-hearted shot, getting the inside edge and seeing the knocking down of his stumps. That's Waka once again. The Tilakaratne, a very, very negative sort of shot.
Lanka. Sri Lankan stumper. Lots of sawdust being brought in. Robinson assisting. That one played down to third man. Run for Kalpage, coming back for the second. Takes Kalpage on to 6. And Kalpage at edge, caught by Sohail at third slip. Kalpage is on his way, out for 6, and Sri Lanka are 45 for 7. And the two Pakistani pacemen, Wasim Akram and Waka Yunis, certainly breaking through the Sri Lankan batting. And there's the scoreboard on top, 45 for 7.
Akram once again striking. Kalpage not going across, turned around, not side on, holding out an easy catch to third slip Sohail.
Kumar Dharmasena, the man in. There is Wasim Akram's figures. Camera crew well perched. And Dharmasena hit on the pad, loud appeal. He's gone, but he's in pain. And Sri Lanka are 46 for 8. Kumar Dharmasena out without scoring. And certainly walking back with a limp. A nasty one he had, maybe on the boot.
The Waka lethal Yorker doing the damage once again. Dharmasena losing balance, head falling over, being hit on the boot and ruled out LBW. Dharmasena in a spot of pain.
Tommy Dawaz, new batsman in. Making his debut for Sri Lanka in Test cricket. Back in the pad, there's a big appeal from Wasim Akram. Was going for the drive, is out caught at gully. Wasim Akram is there, made no mistake about that, and Waka Yunis strikes again. Sri Lanka 46 for 9.
Was goes for no score, slashing at Waka Yunis outside off stump, not getting over the ball, head behind, ball flying to gully, but he makes no mistake.
Keen spectators watching this game. And Pushkumara gets it down to third man, he's off the mark. Racing to third man boundary, 4. Hit upishly and he's dropped.
Waka Yunis outside the off stump. Pushpakumara having a mighty slash straight to Khan at point. Hits him on the palm and jumps out. Not a very auspicious start in a test match.
So hit on the up again, down towards the third man. The ball racing to the boundary, 4 runs. Takes Pubudu Dasanaka's double figures, he's on 10. Again hit on the up, down to third man. The ball racing towards the boundary. No fielder cut it off, 4 runs to Pubudu Dasanaka.
Outside the off stump once again, and Pubudu Dasanaka having a go at it, realizing that he's run out of partners. He's a man who's got to make runs, and the attacking Pakistan field helping him on.
The short one. Hit upishly again, down to third man. And that's 4 more to the stumper, Pubudu Dasanaka. Hit away upishly again to extra cover. So there's the Waka Yunis' bowling figures, extraordinary indeed. 6 for 34. What a spell this has been. Unlucky not to have the 7 wickets. And Pushkumara fending that straight to Amir Sohail, fielding at gully, and Sri Lanka all out for 71. They were 46 for 9. Pushkumara out for 6. Pubudu Dasanaka carries his bat out for 19.
Pushpakumara drawing away and just presenting an easy catch to Sohail, who says thank you.
There's the Sri Lankan scorecard. Just Pubudu Dasanaka and Sundries into double figures. And the rest out with small scores. And what a performance this has been from the Pakistani bowlers. Yunis Akram, Yunis Akram, Yunis Akram, Yunis Akram. There's the bowling figures. Just the two bowlers used by skipper Salim Malik, Wasim Akram and Waka Yunis taking the 10 wickets that Sri Lanka lost, all out for 71, and there's the follow wicket. So what a tremendous spell of bowling from these two Pakistani seamers. First delivered innings and side down off the mark with the single. In England. And the fine delivery from Pushpakumara beats Amir Sohail outside the off stump.
That's Pushpakumara, a fine effort there, digging the ball, and Amir Sohail very lucky not to get a touch.
Said Anwar, 169 against Australia being his top score, the average 54.6. And Anwar drives, and that's a glorious stroke down to backward point, 4 runs. And Sohail drives to extra cover, racing out to the boundary. So 4 more to Ahmed Sohail. Able to get Qatar off. That'll be 4.
Vas pitching it up to Sohail. Sohail drives firmly, everything in position, beats the infield, the ball racing to the boundary. A super shot by Sohail.
Shot, and that's hooked away. Down to fine leg for 4.
Was attempting to test Sohail on the hook, bouncing it. Sohail having a swipe, gets the top edge, and lucky not to hit him to the fine leg area.
Snaps in the pads, and Kumar Darvitson asked the question.
Sohail going forward, and with the ball having a reasonable amount of turn, pitched outside Sohail's leg stump.
That one hooked again. Backward spare. Partnership 77. Sohail racing to a half century. Hooks that line there. That's a big hit. And what a way to get a 50 with a 6. Ahmed Sohail on 51.
Pushpakumara going short, Sohail a mighty pull, and the ball sailing over Ranatunga at the square leg.
Wrapped in the pads and asked the question, and the side umpire is gone. Umpire Robinson rules him out LBW, and Pakistan lose their first wicket with the total on 94. Batted for 105 minutes. It's 2 boundaries.
Pushpakumara's first wicket in Test cricket. A good ball, nipping back. Side Anwar not quite sure, and being hit right in front. Umpire Robinson not having any doubts.
The batsman is Mushtaq Ahmed. On the pads, and he's out. Yes, he is. Mushtaq Ahmed looking for a single after being wrapped in the pads. And the return knocks the wickets down. And Mushtaq Ahmed not in his ground, so he's run out.
Good cricket there by Dharmasena, reacting very quickly, seeing Mushtaq outside his crease and having a shy at the stumps, and Mushtaq's out a few inches away. Mushtaq wrapped on the pad, trying to hit the ball on the onside, waiting for the umpire's decision, but Dharmasena reacting very quickly knocks middle stumps out.
Mushtaba, 711 runs in Test cricket, average 26.3. The drive beaten by that, beats the wicketkeeper Puvudu Dattanaika.
Luck certainly not with the Sri Lankans. Sohail coming down to drive, getting an inside edge, narrowly missing his leg stump.
Well, drives. That's 4.
Pitched up to Sohail, Sohail leaning onto it, timing it perfectly on this pitch, which is now drying out and certainly making batting look much easier.
It was the last ball of the first day's play in the second test, and at stumps, Pakistan 109 for 2, Asif Mushtaba on 1, Saeed Anwar on 71. There's the Pakistan scorecard. Batting out Saeed Anwar and Mushtaq Ahmed. Innings lasting just 28 overs. So 109 coming in, 171 balls. And that's a reply to Sri Lanka's first innings total of 71. So the bowling for Sri Lanka, the only wicket taker, Ravindra Pushpakumara. And the other bowlers tried by Ranatunga, Vaz and Dharmasena. So the covers being brought out, signaling the end of the first day's play. We hope you enjoyed the highlights of the second.
आने वाले पाकिस्तान टोबैको कंपनी लिमिटेड ने दीगर इश्तराक में शामिल है एक्सपोर्ट प्रमोशन ब्यूरो, ट्रीट स्विफ्ट टू रेजर, पाकिस्तान स्टेट ऑयल, आयोडेक्स, काला कोला हेयर कॉस्मेटिक्स, एनआईटी, नया दौर मोटर्स प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, टेंटोनिक टूथ पाउडर, ईडन रॉक एक्स्ट्रा कूल प्रिकली हीट पाउडर, शील्ड अल्ट्रा मैट टूथपेस्ट, टच मी शेविंग क्रीम और टच मी नेचुरल टूथपेस्ट बनाने वालों ने ताउन किया है।
Hello, welcome to highlights on day 2 of the test match here in Kandy. At Askiria, conditions were going to be very much the same, and unless Sri Lankan bowlers really stuck to their task and the fielding supported the bowlers very well, it was going to be a very hard task for the Sri Lankans to contain the strong Pakistani batting lineup. Having got Sri Lanka out to a record innings score in the first innings, Pakistan were looking to consolidate their position. Although the 2 late wickets were big bonuses for Sri Lanka, their prime task would be to strike early, and in this respect, Chamin Davas and Ravindra Pushpakumara had a big responsibility. Will they strike it rich? We'll wait and see. Enjoy the highlights.
Good evening, welcome to highlights of the second day's play of the second and final test, and Pakistan resuming at 109 for 2. Amir Sohail on 71. So the first delivery of the morning. And pulled away a backward square. Amir Sohail picks up a single. And this time Sohail, good judgment. outside the off stump, sees it through to wicketkeeper Pubudu Dasanaka. End of Chamindawaz is over. And so driving, takes the outside edge, Tilakaratne and Gali does the rest. And Pushpakumar takes the breakthrough. And that's his second wicket in this test. So Amir Sohail out for 74. And Pakistan 117 for 3.
Sohail quite unaccountably losing concentration. Ball pitching wide outside off stump. Sohail going for the drive. Ball taken outside edge, flying to Tilakaratne. Very, very good catch by him.
Salim Malik, the Pakistani skipper, average of 44.2. And runs for Salim Malik in this. As the batsman coming back for the third. Picked up a few meters inside the boundary line. A no ball call by umpire Robinson.
Pushpakumar continuing with his woes of no balls, stepping well over the line. He's bowled 4 no balls in this innings so far.
Short one and Malik forces that through mid-wicket. Gets 4 for that.
A short delivery by Pushpakumar, very short indeed. Malik quickly on the back foot, pulling it away, rolling his wrist, ball racing down to the boundary.
And Mustaba back cutting, getting that one past the gully. Batsman come back for 2.
Pushpakumar giving the room and a fine square cut. Tilakaratne taking the pace out of it. And that's a side view of that shot. Short delivery. Playing over the ball, a good cut.
And stroke past the bowler, running down to the long on boundary. No fielder will cut that off. 4 runs. Pakistan 146 for 3. So past Gali in the pavilion. This one back cut between point and short third man, running down to the boundary. 4 runs. Darbasena. And Malik not offering a stroke, and Darbasena asked the question along with Pubudu Dasanaka.
Darbasena getting turned when the ball's flighted, but Malik well outside off stump. No chance whatsoever of being ruled out.
Good delivery from Pushpakumar, and Pubudu Dasanaka diving down the leg side takes the big appeal. Umpire Robinson says no.
A fine delivery by Pushpakumar, coming back a very long way. Going through bat and pad, probably brushing the top of Malik's pad, and a very good take by Dasanaka.
So that's the 4th Pakistani wicket to fall. 158 for 4. Mujtaba out for 17.
Pushpakumar's persistence paying off. The ball flying to Dasanaka's left. A very good catch by him.
Pasitari, the new batsman in. A good average in Test cricket, 43.1. And Pushpakumar has taken 3 of the 4 wickets to fall. 1 run out. Certainly the crowd in Kandy enjoying this game. When he comes forward, gets an edge and he's gone. Lasanaka has the rest behind, and Kumar Dharmasena takes his first wicket. And Pakistan are 158 for 5. Salim Malik out for 22. So in for 53 minutes, had 4 boundaries.
Dharmasena outside the off stump, ball not getting much turn. Outside edge of Salim Malik's, and Salim Malik is off before the umpire's hand goes up. A very good catch by Dasanayaka. That's a side view of that dismissal. Malik playing inside the line, ball taking a thin outside edge, and Dasanayaka doing the rest.
Inzamam ul Haq, 135 not out against New Zealand, his top score in Test cricket, and overcast conditions at Asgiria. Bastari pushes out on the offside. And there's no ball called by umpire Robinson. So Sri Lankan bowlers have bowled 10 no balls. So that delivery, beating Basitali outside the off stump.
Once again, Pushpa Kumara putting everything he's got into it. Ball not doing very much, but Basitali playing the wrong line and being beaten.
Great stroke. Kalpake had no chance to cut that off. 4 runs. $165 for 5. So view of Hantana. And the Sri Lanka Rupawani Corporation television crew also located on top of that mountain. Bring you live coverage. And Basitali, the big hit. And that clears the ropes. Umpire B. Sikure now signaling 6. And that takes Basitali on to 14.
Glorious shot by Basitali, using his feet. Remembrances of Javad Miandad.
Oh, superb drive. Fielders left standing through the extra cover boundary 4.
Glorious shot by Basitali. Flighted delivery by Kalpage, coming down the track, meeting it on the half volley and whacking it to the boundary. A super shot.
Inzamam drives well. That's past mid-off. Racing to the boundary. 4 runs. Short, and Basitali pulls the away back for a square. 4 more.
Replay of that, very short. Basitali rolling his wrists and letting the ball go its way.
Oh, good delivery. That certainly kept low.
Inzamam going back, ball keeping very low. Lucky to get away with that.
Inzamam pulls the away back for the square. And there's misfielding. Sanjeev run to the misfield. And that finds the boundary rope. 4 more.
Inzamam pulling it away. Ball going down to Sanjeev Ranatunga, down there in the boundary. Ranatunga having difficulty with the bouncy outfield. The ball trickling down to the boundary for 4.
So there's Ranatunga. Effortless stroke from Inzamam. Off the back foot. Ball racing to the extra cover boundary.
That's Kalpage making the chase of that Insamam's powerful drive off the back foot. Valiant effort, but unable to stop it. Insamam's superb timing.
Back cut. And that's 4 more to Basitali.
That's at last delivery. Basitali behind it. Ball not too far away from his body, but a superb cut. It's such a fine stroke of the ball, square of the wicket.
Smith stick on the pad, there's the big appeal. So the umpire disallowing that.
Dharmasena flighting that delivery. Basitali going for the sweep from outside off stump, but the impact outside off stump, so there's no chance of a LBW.
The partnership 76 between Basitali and Insamam ul Haq. And there's the hilly range once again, and Ranatunga certainly having problems in breaking this partnership. And Basitali down the track, over the top. That's a big hit. Spectators running for cover, and umpire Robinson signals 6.
Basitali making life very difficult for the Sri Lankan bowlers. Kalpage once again flighting the ball. Basitali quickly down the wicket, and a complete follow through, the ball soaring over the line for 6. A superb example of how to hit the ball over the top.
And this one, Basitali works away on the onside. He'll pick up a single for that, and that will bring his 50. So well compiled 50 by Basitali.
A scintillating knock by Basitali, full of elegant shots. That's the wagon wheel of Basitali's innings. Shots square of the wicket, and those lofted shots over the line.
So a lot of keen spectators in the grounds in Insamam ul Haq. And umpire Robinson from Zimbabwe. Insamam this time hitting it uppishly over the bowler's head. Too long off for 4. I wanted to see the spectators standing on the boundary line. And Basitali plays that back to Kumar Dharmasena. He's on his way. And Pakistan are now 6 for 256. And that's the dangerous Basitali being dismissed. Caught and bowled by Kumar Dharmasena.
Sri Lanka, no doubt, breathing a sigh of relief. Crafty bowling by Dharmasena. That delivery, Dharmasena holding back a bit. Basitali playing a bit too early and dolling an easy catch to him. That's the replay on the side. It's a nice delivery, good loop. Basitali playing away from the body, going for the drive, and a good catch by Dharmasena.
The new batsman in is Rashid Latif, the Pakistani stumper. Taken the full, driven out on the offside. Racing to the extra cover boundary. The batsman coming back for 3. And Somerville takes the catch at forward short leg. Rashid Latif on his way, out for 7. And Pakistan 7 for 264.
A little bit of bounce for Dharmasena that time. Outside the off stump, fighting delivery, a little bit of bounce to him, deceiving Latif and giving an easy catch to the forward short leg, Somerville. Dharmasena from the side. Good flighted delivery. Latif playing inside the pad, but that little bit of bounce posing the problem. Sabri doing the rest.
Wasim Akram, the new man in. Top score of 123 against Australia. Certainly no mean batsman. Kumara Dharmasena. And that's flicked down towards a fine leg. So Wasim Akram off the mark, and the return from Aravinda De Silva, and the bails off in a flash. So the third umpire being called in this time.
Akram pushing the second run, and Aravinda's throw coming slightly late, and Wasim Akram home. But a good example of Wasim Akram's running, the creasing of the bat, obviously helping him to make ground quickly.
So there's the lights, the green light means the batsman stays. Umpire Katie Francis is there in the third umpire box. Kalpage. Inzamam drives, and Kalpage sensing that Inzamam was looking for the single. Return to Kubudu Dasanaka, but Inzamam quite happy to be home. Take off the pads, and that's to mid-wicket. 4 more to Inzamam, takes him on to 48.
Inzamam, a fine striker of the ball. When he comes down the wicket, hits with great power, hitting it over mid-wicket into the vacant area, producing 4 runs.
And that's turned back for the square. Runs for Inzamam in this. Coming back for the second, and that will be his half century. And what a great knock this has been from Inzamam ul Haq.
Inzamam, a great wristy player with a lot of power. He's shown his wares. That's the wagon wheel. He's made runs all round the wicket.
Come down the track, and there's the big hit. Over long on. No doubt about that. Umpire Robinson calls 6 and takes Wasim Akram on to 9.
Kalpage receiving the punishment. He's been flighting the ball, but on this pitch where there's been little turn, true bounce, he's been punished severely.
To Aravinda De Silva, makes no mistake about that. And Wasim Akram is on his way. Caught by Aravinda De Silva off Pushpa Kumara for 12. And Pakistan are 297 for 8.
Ball pitching on leg stump, Pushpa Kumara. Akram trying to flick it on the onside, gets a leading edge. Ball going to Aravinda De Silva, where he takes a very easy catch. So Pushpa Kumara strikes once again. That's the side view of Pushpa Kumara. Rather shortish. Akram playing too early and paying the penalty by getting the top edge.
So Waqar Younis in joins Inzamam ul Haq. Average of 8.5. Chami Dawaz. Reps Waqar on the pads and asks the question.
Was coming in with the arm, pitching on legs time, going further down.
Shot one, and Waqar Younis ducks under that. Pakistan 298 for 8. Oh, well played by Waqar Younis. Backward of square. Brings in 4 runs. Inzamam pulls that to mid-wicket. Racing to the boundary. Little boys racing to pick that up.
Inzamam's got so much time to play his shots. Anything trifle short, is able to play off his hips and produce runs. What a fine shot that time.
Shot off the back foot, forced past mid-off. Running out to the long off-band boundary 4, and Inzamam moves into 90. Pakistan 334 for 8. And well fielded by Roshan Mahanama. Grabs Inzamam on the pads. There's the big appeal.
Inzamam lucky that time, but the ball did probably pitch slightly outside leg stump, and that prompted umpire Robinson to give the decision in his favor.
Flicked again on the onside, 4 more runs for Inzamam ul Haq. And he digs it out on the onside, picks up the single, and that's his century. Inzamam ul Haq on 100. And what a great innings this has been for Pakistan by Inzamam ul Haq.
A fine 100 by Inzamam, his 3rd test century, playing shots all round the wicket, entertaining the vast crowd here.
Oh, look at the little girl running onto the field. Oh, what a sight this is. And certainly Pudu Dasnaka and Inzamam ul Haq and Waka Yunis enjoying that. Very colourful indeed, Ranjit.
Yes, very colourful, and budding cricket fan.
And there's the big hit from Waka Yunis, sailing over the crowd. 6 from the moment he left the bat. And Waka this time going for the big hit in the air. And Kalpage takes a good catch. And that's the end of Waka Yunis out for 20. And Pakistan 357 for 9.
Once again, Waka making his intentions clear, going for the big one, a mighty heave. And there's Kalpage coming in, note his eyes on the ball all the time, but he overruns it. And the fact that he's keeping his eyes on the ball all the time, he's able to take the ball on the rebound.
So there's the declaration for Pakistan and the scorecard. Certainly Inzamam ul Haq outstanding, not out on 100. And of course Amir Sohail making 74. And another good contribution coming from Basit Ali, who made 53. So Pakistan 357 for 9 declared in 87.5 overs. And Kabir Khan didn't bat, he didn't bowl as well yesterday. So Pushpkumar has bowled his heart out, 4 for 145, and Dharmasena too, chipping him 4 for 75. The only wicket takers for Sri Lanka, and just the 1 run out, so Vaz and Kalpage not successful in wickets. So Sri Lanka needing 286 runs to make Pakistan bat again, and Mahanama top score of 153 against New Zealand. Wasim Akram the bowler.
Sri Lanka no doubt looking at Mahanama and Samaravira to give them a good start.
Delivery by Waka Yunis, but Samaravira did well to read that outside the off stump.
That's Waka Yunis once again. What a diversity of deliveries, the in-swing and the out-swinger. One has to be watching all the time.
And that one is dropped.
Lucky for Sri Lanka. Akram Raza, the substitute fielder, making a hash of that. That ball short outside off stump. A very weak shot by Samaravira. Straight to Akram Raza, making a hash of that. Once again, the same delivery. You could see that Samaravira nowhere in position. And very lucky to survive. So Sri Lanka given a life.
And Mahanam opened the face to bat, running down to third man, 4 runs. And this time Mahanam going for the drive and he's caught. That's a good catch by Inzamam ul Haq. And Mahanama is on his way for 10, Sri Lanka 11 for 1.
Mahanama once again showing weakness outside off stump. Ball leaving him, going for the drive, foot nowhere in position, and a very, very good catch there by Inzamam.
Pubudu Dasanayake coming in as night watchman. So Wasim Akram testing Pubudu. This one takes him on the pad, the big appeal, umpire Robinson says he's out, he's gone. And Sri Lanka 13 for 2. Pubudu Dasanayake out for 1.
Pubudu playing forward from almost his crease, and there's no doubt that he's right in front.
Sanjeev Rantunga, the new batsman. Flicked away nicely off his pads, backward a square, that's racing to the boundary. Little boy running across to the fielding, so 4 to Ranatunga, he's off the mark. And Ranatunga goes to the drive and gets the outside edge, and Wasim Akram takes a one-handed catch. What a tremendous catch there is by Wasim Akram at gully.
Not the most discreet of shots to play at this stage of the innings. Just the final over, and Sanjeeva going for a shot outside off stump, and Akram finishing with a good catch.
So Ranatunga off to the pavilion, the last ball of the day, and only Mahanam in double figures. What a disappointing performance once again from the Sri Lankan. 17 for 3, and one wonders whether this game will go on to the 4th day. Tomorrow is the 3rd day, and there's the Pakistan bowling. Akram 5 overs, 5 maidens, and Yunis, what a tremendous performance again, 3 for 17.
On day 3, conditions at start of play very much is the same. Plenty of crowds, movement around Askeria, but the situation for Sri Lanka is very bleak. 269 runs still in arrears to make Pakistan bat again in this test match. After being dismissed for 71, they have only 7 wickets in hand. 3 full days remaining, and on inspecting the wicket, there was a rough patch towards the Hunasgiria end, and that would be made use of by Waka Yunis, who is already turned on in a truly magnificent opening performance with the ball. Pakistan really pressing hard, and Sri Lanka heading for another heavy defeat, their 5th in test matches. But what is more important is the duration of their innings. In recent test matches, they have been dismissed for very low scores in a very short time. They have to do something very serious and very quick to arrest the decline. Enjoy the highlights.
So Sri Lanka resuming at 17 for 3. Aravinda De Silva joining Dilip Samaravira. Top score of 267 against New Zealand. What innings that was. And a crisp drive into the cover region. Racing to the extra cover boundary. And that's 4 runs.
Delightful way to start the morning. De Silva driving Yunis on the up. Perfect timing. The ball racing all along the ground. A well-timed shot. What a way to start the morning.
Takes the edge, and Latif there's the rest behind. Aravinda De Silva is gone, and Sri Lanka are 22 for 4.
Great blow for Sri Lanka, the dismissal of Aravinda De Silva. Akram bowling over the wicket, across Aravinda De Silva's body. Aravinda De Silva, very weak shot, playing away from him, and Latif doing the rest.
The Sri Lankan skipper Arjun Rantunga joins Samaravira in his 51st test match. And that nasty one to Ranatunga, gets his head out of the way.
Yunis bowling the short one at Ranatunga, testing him, realizing he's Sri Lanka's main hope left.
So Waka Yunis 3 for 28, adding to his first innings tally of 6 wickets. Oh, what a tremendous performance from Waka Yunis. That's played down to third man. Runs for Samaravira in this. Picked up a couple of meters inside the boundary. And Sri Lanka 30 for 4. Hit over the top on the offside towards the third man region. That's 4 runs to Ranatunga.
The vacant third man area producing runs for Ranatunga. Ranatunga going for the square cut on the short one, gets a top edge. And the vacant third man area producing the runs for him.
Edge and dropped by Sohail. Straightforward chance to Ahmed Sohail. Got his hands to it and popped out.
Superb delivery by Akram. Outside off stump. Rising. Ranatunga fending at it with an angled bat. Ranatunga has to keep his bat straight and Sohail making an absolute hash of it. A very bad miss by Sohail.
Oh, well played off his pads on the onside. Racing out to the backward square leg boundary. 4 runs to Dulip Samaravira. Gets in the pad, the big appeal, and he's given out. And Sri Lanka are 42 for 5. And Waka Yunis strikes again. Dulip Samaravira making 13 in for 89 minutes with 1 boundary. And Sri Lanka 42 for 5.
Waka, a fine full-length delivery, and Samaravira playing across the line. Certainly not with a straight bat, trying to run it down on the onside.
Hashan Tilakaratne. And a good crowd at Askiria. That one again over the top of the slips, running down to the third man boundary. 4 runs and Ranatunga on to 13.
Akram posing all sorts of problems to Ranatunga. Once again, a nasty delivery. Ranatunga lucky to get away with that. Ball over the slip heads down to the boundary.
So the Honourable Speaker, Mr. K.V. Ratnayaka, in conversation with Anuradha Pulanubita. That's played nicely off his hips down towards a deep backward square leg, misfielding, and 4 runs to Ranatunga.
Khan straying on leg side. Ranatunga, very strong play off his hips. Glides it away down to the fine leg region where there is some lethargic fielding.
Wasim Akram. A short one, and Tilakaratne does well to duck under that.
Very good delivery by Akram. Short. Tilakaratne taking his eyes off the ball. Could get badly hit.
And that one, there's the big appeal. Wasim Akram asking the question.
Wasim Akram bowling from wide of the crease. Tilakaratne playing the wrong line. Squared up quite a bit. And
that one, well played by Ranatunga. Running out to the extra cover boundary, 4 runs. And Ranatunga moves on to 29. Autograph hunters. And Kabir Khan certainly obliging a couple of them. That's played past a 4th slip down to third man. 4 runs to Tilakaratne. Sri Lanka 68 for 5.
Tilakaratne getting an outside edge, a thick outside one. Ball going into the gap, producing 4 runs into the vacant area.
Oh, that's a good delivery from Wasim Akram.
Akram producing the special deliveries for Ranatunga as he's Sri Lanka's key batsman and once again beating him completely.
Ouch, that hurt. No ball called, but Tilakaratne took it on the rib cage.
Nasty delivery by Khan. Short, Tilakaratne squared up. Tilakaratne really not side down, just watched his feet and paying the penalty, getting hit on the chest. Once again Khan. Quite short, but Tilakaratne right in the way.
This one played down towards the third man region. Ranatunga coming back for the second. Some to 3 for 5. And that's a good delivery, and Ranatunga is gone. He's gloved that to wicketkeeper Rashid Latif. He's on his way, and Sri Lanka now 78 for 6. So Ranatunga making 34. In for 92 minutes, had 5 boundaries.
Waka producing that unplayable delivery, a short one, rearing from good length. Ranatunga unable to get out of the way, gets a glove to it, straight to Latif. What a lovely action. Not too short. Ranatunga very uncomfortable, getting a glove to it. That's the view from straight on. Certainly superb delivery.
New batsman Ruwan Kalpage. Top score of 6-3 against India. And Kalpage pulls that across towards mid-wicket. He's off the mark with the boundary.
Waka going short that time. Kalpage quickly across, pulling it away. Ball not getting that amount of bounce. Kalpage rolling his wrists over. Very good looking shot.
Gets the top of that and steers this down towards backward point. 4 runs to Hashan Tilakaratne.
Tilakaratne, perfect cut. Going across, hitting the ball down into the gap. Tilakaratne, after an anxious start, much more comfortable now. Using the width.
And what a glorious stroke by Kalpage. Leaves the fielder standing, racing to the boundary.
Kalpage making full use of that half volley. Yunus pitching up to him, Kalpage on the back foot, a full face of the bat. The stuff required for Sri Lanka just now. Once again, Yusuf and Kalpage, the full face of the bat, complete flow into the gap. Perfect follow through.
And that's lunch on day 3. Sri Lanka 94 for 6. And what a decimal scorecard again with Pavudu Asanaka. And that's lunch on day 3. Sri Lanka 94 for 6. And what a decimal scorecard again with Pavudu Asanaka, Sanjeev Ranatunga and Arvind De Silva unable to get double figures. And certainly Sri Lanka looking to Kalpage and Tilakaratne. The bowling for Pakistan, chief wrecker once again, Waka Yunis, taken 5 for 53. And Akram, a superb spell when he bowled his first 8 overs, which were maidens. And of course, Kabir Khan getting his first chance to bowl in this game. And there's misfielding by Basit Ali. Off the back foot, back cut, and again misfielded. Of course, took the pace of the ball this time, Basitali. And my word, the crowd on the boundary, lucky not to get injured that time.
Once again, Tilakaratne nicely over it. Ball outside the off stump. And the Pakistan fielding certainly not coming up to standard.
And that's a big hit from Kalpage. And that's soaring over the rope. So 6 to Kalpage. And what a great shot that's been.
Glorious shot by Kalpage. Once again, Yunus going very short. Kalpage quickly across and a perfectly timed pull. Certainly livened the hopes of the Sri Lankans.
Again, forced away on the onside, racing out to the long on boundary for 4.
Kalpage throwing caution to the wind. Once again, a pitched up delivery from Waka and having go over long on. 4 runs again to him. That's Waka from the side, and Kalpage having a good bash at him.
And this one again forces that on the offside. 4 more, so Kalpage has got 6, 4 and 4 in the over. And my word, he's staring into Waka Yunus. The crowd love it.
Kalpage getting the measure of Waka, not afraid to hit him. As long as he does along the ground, he's perfectly okay. It's another fine shot.
This one is pulled again uppishly. Rashid Latif trying to get under that. Had his eyes on the ball, but it falls short of him. And Kalpage gets a copper.
Once again, Waka testing Kalpage. Not a good shot. Pulling Waka's pace from outside off stump is not the easiest of things. And the ball going miles up in the air. But Latif unable to get to it. So Kalpage will have to be careful with the Yunus bouncer. He's had 2 fielders on the line trying to trap him. And Kalpage is still continuing to go with it.
Great stroke from Tilakaratne, racing to the boundary. No stopping that. That's 4.
Hashan making full use of his square cut, and both Waka and Akram feeding him on that, and Tilakaratne getting away with runs.
124 for 6. And again back cut, down to the 3rd man boundary. 4 more for Tilakaratne. So that brings up the 50 partnership between Tilakaratne and Kalpage for the 7th wicket. And coming up in 31 minutes of batting. Comes forward and takes the outside edge, running down to 3rd man again for 4. So runs coming for Tilakaratne.
Tilakaratne growing in confidence, going forward to Akram, which is probably the right thing to do now, and getting an outside edge, dropping his wrists all along the ground, beating the slip cordon for runs.
And that's not a big hit. In the air. And he's dropped.
A real bad miss by Pakistan. Certainly not good cricket by Kalpage. Yunus certainly unhappy about it. He laid the trap. Kalpage went for the hook. A bad shot. Totally out of position. And Mushtaq making a mess of it.
Still to 3rd man. Runs for Kalpage, gets a couple. So 1 6 and 4 boundaries in this innings of 29, coming in 26 balls. What a strike rate. And launches that again. My word, what innings this has been from Kalpage.
Kalpage, a mixture of good and bad shots. That time, perfect positioning.
Pulled away on the onside, a long chase to the fielder, won't get to that. The ball's racing to the boundary. And 4 more to Kalpage, takes him on to 37. And Tilakaratne getting top of that, bring it down to the third man. Comes back for 2. And that's well played by Tilakaratne, 4 runs. Sri Lanka 150 for 6.
Tilakaratne, most of his runs coming in that direction. Akram and Yunis finding themselves tiring out. The ball not providing them that earlier bounce. Tilakaratne getting him away.
So revelry on the grounds, quite rightly so. And Kalpage this time hooks this to the boundary, 4 more.
Kalpage living dangerously, going again for the hook, not in position at all, but all the same, making contact. So he's having his day. Yunus making every effort to go short on Kalpage, and he has to go very short to get that bounce. Kalpage getting him away quite easily.
155 for 6. Played in the air, he's dropped on the ball, running down to third man, boundary for 4. And Kalpage moves on to 45.
Kalpage riding his luck. Very good delivery by Akram. Well pitched up. Kalpage not going fully forward, getting a thick outside edge. And the slip fielders letting it go through.
Oh, and Kalpage takes that on the chest.
Once again, a good delivery by Akram. Kalpage not in position at all, could have got well behind it and played it in front of him.
And this one in the air for a moment. And Kalpage through for the single, and that's his 50. What innings this has been from Luan Kalpage. So a few spectators running onto the field.
That's Kalpage's wagon wheel. He's played shots all round the wicket, mainly square of the wicket. So he's run his luck, and I'm sure he would do well for Sri Lanka.
Mushtaq Ahmed to Luan Kalpage. This is his first delivery in the match. And Kalpage pulls that. That's a big hit. And that clears the rope. So 6 to Luan Kalpage. And Mushtaq Ahmed coming on for the first time in this game. Punished off the first delivery.
Kalpage making full use of that very loose delivery from Mushtaq, a loosener, hitting it right over mid-wicket.
Well played by Tilakaratne. That's racing to the boundary. 4 more.
Akram coming round the wicket to Tilakaratne. Tilakaratne drawing away, continuing his campaign outside the off stump into the car point region.
So that brings up the 100 partnership between Tilakaratne and Kalpage, coming in 79 minutes of batting. Gets the top of that, and that's down to third man. 4 more to Hashan Tilakaratne. And he moves on to 47. And this one, Tilakaratne edges that and is running down towards the boundary, and Tilakaratne gets his 50. And my word, what a great innings this has been from Hashan Tilakaratne. Loud applause from all the spectators present. A tremendous effort from Tilakaratne.
A fine innings by Hashan Tilakaratne, full of maturity, authority. That's Tilakaratne's wagon wheel, mainly shots into the third man region.
Once again, played down to third man by Tilakaratne. Ball running to the boundary.
Tilakaratne's got his plan well worked out. He's playing to his strength, square of the wicket, getting virtually all his runs in that direction.
So Sri Lankans have got something to cheer about. This nice partnership. And Kalpage forcing this on the offside towards third man. 4 more to Kalpage. And he moves on to 63. Sri Lanka 205 for 6. What a glorious stroke from Tilakaratne through mid-wicket. That's racing to the boundary. 4 more to him. And Kalpage going for the big hit in the air. Ramiz Raja takes it and Kalpage is gone. And Sri Lanka 209 for 7. Kalpage caught by a substitute Ramiz Raja of the bowling of Kabir Khan, and he goes for 62.
A fine catch by Ramiz Raja. Kalpage would have been expected to have stayed and given Tilakaratne all the support. A bit of a one-day shot. Certainly not the type of shot one would see in a test match when one's 62 not out and trying to save a game with the backs to the wall.
Kumar Dharmasena, the new batsman in. Played down to third man by Tilakaratne. Picked up a few meters inside the boundary. And Kumar Dharmasena going back for the third. This could be close, and the bail's off. And the third umpire being called in.
That's the replay. Dharmasena just about making it, with Lasif lunging to get the stumps over.
So there's the green light. Umpire Katie Francis says not out. Takes on the pad, there's the appeal, and it's given out.
Dharmasena playing well forward. You have to watch the replay.
Kumar Dharmasena out for 3.
Well forward, the umpire is in the best position. So he's ruled Dharmasena out. LBW.
Sri Lanka 221 for 8. Taken on the full by Waz, hit away on the onside, and that's racing to the boundary. And Chaminda Waz off the mark with 4. So not much left in the Sri Lankan innings. And Waz takes to the pad, is given out. And Mushtaq Ahmed strikes again, and Sri Lanka 234 for 9.
Was to going well forward to Mushtaq. Been wrapped on the pad, fairly low down. He may have been a bit unlucky, but the umpire is in the best position.
Ravindra Pushkumara, last man in. He joins Hashan Tilakaratne, and this game is all over by the shouting. And wraps him on the pad, and umpire Robinson gives him out, and Mushtaq Ahmed wraps up the tail, and Pakistan have beaten Sri Lanka by an innings and 52 runs. So it's all over on the third day, and Pakistan certainly outplaying Sri Lanka in every department of the game. And there was the Sri Lankan scorecard, with the exception of Tilakaratne, who carried out his bat for 83. A tremendous performance from Tilakaratne, and of course Kalpage making 62 and Ranatunga 34. The rest of the Sri Lankan batting just folding up to the Pakistani bowling attack, and this time Kabir Khan, Mushtaq Ahmed, Waka Yunis and Wasim Akram share the wickets. And there's the Pakistani bowling analysis. Mushtaq wrapping up the tail, 3 for 34, and of course Waka Yunis having a haul of 11 wickets in the match, and Kabir Khan taking his first wicket in Test cricket. So here's the best bowlers award going to Wasim Akram,